Welcome to Realeather.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a dream catcher using the Realeather Dream Catcher Kit. So let's get started. In your kit, you're going to get a metal hoop. You're going to get leather cording. You will get a bag of feathers, which I recommend you keep in the bag until you're ready to use them so they don't float away on you. You will also get a bag full of pony beads, conical beads, metal charm, and some sinew that we're going to use to do the dream catcher weaving in the center of the dream catcher. Now that you know what came in the kit, let's talk about what the other tools you may need. You will need some white glue or tacky glue because we're going to glue the cord to the ring. You're going to need a pair of scissors. It will be helpful to have a clip or clamp. It could be a binder clip. This is a wonder clip. You can use a clothespin. When we're waiting for the cord to dry, we need to clip it to the ring to give it a chance to dry in place. And a tip I'm going to give you is how to use the sinew without having it ball up and fall apart while you're working with it. For that, you're going to need a single chopstick, a straw, or some sort of long skinny dowel. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with that in just a second. All right, now that we have all of our tools, let's start with the first step of how to do our dream catcher. Now on the back of the front header are directions and photos. They tell you how to do everything. And I'm gonna just remove the sinew from the bag, which I've already done on another one. So I have it right here. You're gonna need this and you're gonna need this. For the suede cord, again, I have a piece here ready to go. We are gonna keep it pretty much wound up to make this next step easier. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our white glue and we're going to add about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of glue to this ring to get started. So just that much. And then we're going to take this and we're going to wrap it around the ring. And you're going to hold it in place until you get a couple wraps around. And this is why I like to keep this all as a bulky chunk, so I can just keep putting it through the ring as I go. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clip where I started with this clip, or like I said, a binder clip or clothespin, and that will hold it in place while we work on the rest of the ring. And then we're just going to be wrapping the ring around. Make sure it doesn't get twisted on you. And just wrap all the way around. And we're going to do this until the entire ring is covered with the leather cording. So I'm going to keep doing that and then I'll be back when it's all finished. All right, so I have my ring completely covered, and to end it, what I did was I clipped the tip of the cord so it met up with my starting part, put some glue on it again, and I held it in place with a clamp to let. Now that we have the ring completely covered with the suede cord, we're ready to weave the dream catcher part of this dream catcher. The myth behind it is that the web will catch all the bad dreams, and then there's a small circle in the middle that lets the good dreams go through. So we need to weave the web so it captures all our bad dreams. Now sinew is easy to work with, and this is artificial sinew, but it is tacky and it kind of gets hard to hold that whole thing while you're doing it. So what we're going to do with the chopstick is we're just going to wrap this around the chopstick. And you don't want to wad it all up in one spot. You kind of want to spread it out over the chopstick so that it keeps a low profile, because we're going to end up using this chopstick like a huge needle, or if you're into weaving, as a huge shuttle to weave our dream catcher. So I'm just going to do this so that while I'm handling this, the sinew doesn't come all unwoven, and we're not trying to put a big ball of this through the little hole that we're going to create when we start weaving. So once you get it all wrapped on here, we'll be ready to start weaving. So I'll be back in just a second. Now that I have it all woven, now that I have it all wrapped around this chopstick, I left a tail so I could tie this onto the ring in one spot. And I'm going to use a square knot to tie this in place. Just make sure it's nice and secure. And you want the knot to be on the inside of the ring because that's where we're going to be working. To weave the dream catcher, the first thing we need to do is we are going to bring the sinew from the back of the ring around to the front like that. And you see where my finger is right here? That is a nice hole there. There's a loop there. So we're gonna go from the back to the front and then into that hole. Now you can see where the chopstick would be really handy versus the big wad of sinew by itself. And I did space this about 1.5 inches from the starting point, and we're gonna do that all the way around the ring. This little tail that I'm now sticking here, when I come back around, we're gonna secure another knot right there and it'll hold it in place, and then you don't have to worry about your knot coming undone. So that's another little hack that's not in the directions, but I've discovered is a great way to end this. All right, so we've done that. We've done our first one. So again, we're gonna go from the back to the front, creates a loop. We're gonna put our chopstick through that loop, and we're going to pull that tight. This is called a half hitch. And again, we wanna space it so it's about the same distance as the first one. And if this is loose like this, we can just snug it up a little bit. There we go. Okay, and if this comes undone, we're gonna just twist it when we get back around to the front, so don't worry about it. All right, again, from the back to the front and through the loop that it forms. So let me work all the way around, and then I'm gonna show you how to do the next round. And then as you're working your way back to the beginning, I'm going to say, okay, we've got this much left. I'm going to divide this space in half. I'm going to do another half hitch knot right here in the middle and then end with the last one right here. So I'm just dividing it up visually. I'm not measuring it, but that will just make it look a little more pleasing if we can get that at least spaced out. So overall, they're fairly, this one's a little bit shorter. You can certainly go through and tighten them up and make them more even, but that's up to you. I think it gives it some charm to be a little bit uneven, but that is totally your call. So now that we've got our first round of half hitch stitches done, now what we're gonna do is a half hitch in the middle of each of these strings, and you want it to be in the middle if you can get it in the middle. That's important to make it look even throughout. So again, this time, instead of going around the ring and coming around to the other side, we're gonna go around that first piece of sinew, pull it, and it will form this loop, and you're just gonna go back through that loop to finish the half hitch, and pull it, and make sure you're getting it in the center. From this point to this point, you want this in the center here, okay? And I'm just gonna do that now all the way around. And it will divide the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 segments into 18 segments. And we're just gonna keep this pattern going all the way around until we have about 1 inch to 1.5 inch hole in the middle, and then we're going to end it. All right, now that we have our Dreamweaver woven, I'm going to put it on here so you can actually see it. I need to tie this off. So I'm going to go through the hole. I've already done the half hitch knot, so now I'm going to go through the hole one more time. And since I'm tying this off, I'm going to get rid of this. We don't need this anymore because we're just going to knot this. So I'm going to go around the loop twice, slide it down, and knot it. And then I can just trim off the tail. And there we go. We have our Dreamweaver woven. So we're going to take this, we're done with this, and we are ready to move on to the embellishing and tying on the tie. From the remaining cord, we need to cut 3 12-inch lengths and 1 8-inch length. So you can go ahead and measure it. In this case, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. So there's 1, 2, 3 of those. And then an 8-inch cord is about that long. So we're just going to cut one of those. To do the hanger, we're going to decide which part of this we want as the top of our dream. To do the hanger, we need to decide where the top of our dream catcher is going to be. We're going to take 1 12-inch piece and fold it in half, and we're going to slide it around the ring and put the 2 tails through the loop and pull it tight. And then we're just going to knot the top of the threads. And now we have our hanger for our dream catcher. And now these guys, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to attach them to the bottom of the dream catcher, and then we're going to string the beads on as desired. So we're going to, and those are going to hang at the bottom, and then this other guy, we're going to put him along the side, and we're going to put the feathers on this guy. So I'm just going to slide this guy over here. So these are all the beads that came with it, and then we have our bag of feathers to use. So what we're going to do is this little guy, he gets kind of hung here in the middle, and we're going to use a little bit of the extra sinew to thread it through and tie it into the middle. And then we're going to flip it to the back, and we're just going to tie that feather in place. And we're going to use a square knot to do that. There's the feather in the middle of my dream catcher. And now these guys are ready to be embellished. So you can decide however you want to do them. We've got some turquoise. We've got these long beads to go on the long cords. So I'm going to go ahead and thread some of these on. And then we're going to slide another big guy on there. But you can use however many beads you want to make it look the way you'd like it to be. And I like the way those beads look. I think I'll put one more of these guys on. And then I'm going to go ahead and tie the end of this one. So there's the first ones. And then on this little guy, we're just going to put some of these little ones. Okay, so those are all on there. And now for the feathery one, you're going to make sure we get this nice and tight. And I'm going to pull out my feathers, and you are going to need your glue at this point. Here's all our little feathers here. We can decide which ones we want to put on here. I think I like the blue and the natural. And the red and the natural. So we're just not going to use these two, though we could. We'll just add them in, but I think I'll leave those out. So again, we're going to go ahead, we're going to slide our beads on. There we go. And then I'm going to bring these down to the end of their ropes, and I'm going to use my glue, and I'm going to put the glue on the edge of the end of the feather. And in this case, I want the two feathers to go together, so I'm actually going to put some more glue on the front and lay this feather right on top so that both stems are glued together. And then I'm going to take that stem and feed it into the bead, between the bead and the cord. And I'm going to slide everything down on the top of the tip of the feather. And you can clean up the glue when it dries. And then we're just going to let that dry. And so that feather is there. And then we're going to do the same thing on this guy right here. Again, I'm gluing the two feathers together, adding a little more glue on top. Slide the bead, put the feather at the end of the cord and slide the bead over the tip of the feathers. And then just slide all the beads down. And we're just going to let that sit and dry. And then once it's dry, we can kind of clean up the beads if we want to. And there we go. There is our dream catcher. Very fun, very easy to do. This is definitely something you can do with your kids. It takes a little bit of time, but nothing really, really hard. All the materials in here are perfect, and you can embellish with as many beads as you want. You can add some of your own. You can add more feathers, but there we go. May all your dreams be good ones, and I hope you've enjoyed this dream catcher video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment below to let me know if you liked this tutorial, or if there's other Realeather kits you would like to see a tutorial on, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.